Step right up, it's time to groove. Announcements drop, we're on the move. Two thoughts spinning in the air. Catch the vibe if you dare. Announcements into parts, oh yeah. With the rhythm in your ear, we swear. Let the disco light shine bright. Tune in now, it feels so right. Announcements into
Not
parts,
terrible.
oh yeah. With the rhythm in your ear, we swear. Let the disco light shine bright.
It's disco version.
Tune in
It
now,
bothers
it
me they
feels
put the
so
word
right.
disco in the lyrics.
We bring the chat, we bring the fun.
All right, that's enough of that. Okay. It's not terrible. I think the grunge one last week was the worst so far. This one's not bad. I still think I don't know the OG, the rock one. I think is still my favorite. The hip hop one wasn't terrible. That one wasn't bad. I got a soul one. We'll try out for next week. Hey, happy Monday, everybody! It's Monday. I'm recording this part of this on a Sunday, day before. So I'm starting to get into that routine is to record my stuff just the day before I put it out there. But happy Monday. June is going to be done soon. I know it's going to be done soon because this week we, drum majors and I, um, did summer letters. They're in the mail. Should you get them? I bet you'll get them Tuesday. I think that we put them in the school mail, but I bet they get taken to the post office on Monday. So I bet they go out and you'll get them Tuesday. So you have that to look forward to. All right. So after my big 10K, right? I got a little, I don't know, full of myself. So I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but after the 10K, Mrs. O'Donnell keeps talking about, you got to try the half marathon. You got to try the half marathon. And I kept saying, no way. Then I thought, I kept saying no way to the 10K. So I think I'm going to try the half marathon. I think, I don't remember if I talked about this last week or not, because I've been thinking about it now for a week. And, I found a training program to get me ready for a half marathon. If you don't know what a half marathon is, it's a little over 13 miles. So 10K is 6.25. So it's a little more than double at 10K. So it took me an hour to run the 10K. Hour 2, I think, was my time. So it's gonna be a long ways. But hey, it's in November. I've got like 20 weeks to get ready for this. So I'm going to try it. We'll see. Like I said, I've got a routine. It goes day by day what to do. It's a combination of strength training. I talked to Jaden at concession stand last night yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago, about this. And he was like, strength training, like what kind of weight system? I go, it's not that kind of strength training. Strength training is like just strengthening your joints, right? So you don't get injured. I'm 47. I got to worry about injuring myself. So it's exercises. I got set up in my office here, a little fitness mat, some 10-pound weights, and some of those resistance bands. I've got a 30-minute routine that was suggested to me for runners, and all it does is it's just strengthening like your hip, knees, legs, core area, just strengthening joints. It's not trying to get soul. Do we still use that word? Is that a word we use still? I just don't want to get injured. So it's a combination of that and running and cross training. I bought a bike. I haven't owned a bike in, it's probably been 15 years since I've had a bike. But if I don't get like biking or something in there, the people suggest either biking or swimming. I can swim. I'm not a big fan of it. So I'd rather bike. So I went out and bought a bike. Not like some super expensive bike, just like a Schwinn. So some of you saw me out there. I biked around Yellow Smoke last week, and I ran into a couple people out there. That kicked my butt, by the way. If any of you ever tried biking that trail on Yellow Smoke, it is terrible. And by terrible, I mean the hills are ridiculous. But hey, if I can survive that, I can do this. So that's you guys don't care. So that's what I'm up to. I haven't started a new book yet. Mr. O'Donnell bought me a book. He thought I'd be interested in. I did start that one. I haven't gotten very far into it. My wife's got a couple books she bought that I want to read. So once I finish a book, I finish that in cold blood. Once I finish a book, I need like a week or two off, and then I'll get back into reading again. I'm not really watching anything right now. We switched over. We go back and forth. Like we'll do Netflix for a while, and then we'll switch to Max. So we just made the switch to Max. We'll do that for a couple months, then we'll switch back to Netflix. So I don't think there's anything new on Max that I've been watching lately. Nothing new there. Okay, a couple of you. I want to answer some questions. So I'm going to do two questions today that I've gotten asked. One is when you talk about writing drill, what are you talking about? And I guess I make assumptions. So um, drill is like where you move for marching band, right? We don't do competitive marching in Denison, which means we do a different show every halftime game, and we don't do a lot of moving. We do some, but not a lot. Other schools who do competitive marching band means they learn one show for the whole season and just try to perfect that show. They memorize the music. They move pretty much nonstop, depending on how good the band is. And then they'll go to these competitions. And pretty much, I used to do competitive marching when I taught at a different school. And basically, your whole month of October, your Saturdays are going to contests, which for some of you is like, oh, that'd be fun. It's a lot. It's a lot to be gone all those Saturdays, and you're traveling to Des Moines and all these places for contests. And it's hot or it's cold, and you're outdoors, and you got to take all your equipment and your uniforms. And these marching bands are meeting at 7 a.m. 3 days a week. I mean, it's a lot of work. So anyway, the schools that do competitive marching, they either have to write their own drill, which means the movements, or hire somebody to do it. So ever since I started teaching Dennis and I don't do competitive marching, I do offer to write drill for other schools who do competitive marching, mostly smaller schools. I'm not like some great drill writer. I get by. Nothing is groundbreaking. It's all very traditional. In fact, I tell schools, if you're going to go out major competitions, you need to find a different person to write your drill. I'm not the right guy. So there's a couple small schools who I write drill for. So I have software, and they send me their music. Like, this is what we're playing. This is how many clarinets, how many flutes. They give me their numbers. And then I put it into software, and I start writing the drill. And then that software creates an animated video. So those of you who are not freshmen, those coordinate sheets we use, I make those for these schools. They'll get a packet of coordinate sheets for each kid and drill packets with the pictures, and then they get this video. So just I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So here, for instance, is the video from one of the schools I'm writing for right now. He told me he's got a lot of freshmen, so he wants it to be very simple. So this is very simple. I kept it very simple. Here's the animation that got created for I've written the opener, the beginning. So just to give you an idea, I'll play a little bit of it here for you. So like I said, he said there's a lot of freshmen, so he doesn't want to move very much. He wants to be simple moves. So don't move at the beginning, right? Right, so then they start moving. So you put all these little people on the software, and in the software they're all little X's. And then you say, well, in this measure you're going to move from here to here, and this measure here to there. And then when it's all done, it, like I said, animates it. That is their uniform. Like I put into the software what their uniform looks like, so they get like a. I mean, they think it's, oh look, it looks like our band. Anyway, that gives you an idea. So when I talk about drill writing, that's what I'm talking about. Pause that. Get back to me. Back on me. Okay. That's drill writing. So I've had one or two people say, what are you talking about? That's it. That's what I do. I do that for us too. So when we start doing, I don't have a video ready, but like we're talking about, Mr. Beckers and I are talking about changing pregame. And so I've started writing the drill for that. And just I use the software to figure out, well, what's going to look right, and what's going to move in the right direction. So that's kind of how we use. And so I have one for us. In fact, the field looks like our field. It has the monarch on it. And some of you have seen that animation before, but that's what I talk about drill writing. Okay. The second question someone has asked me was, what's the stuff on the wall behind me? I know I showed you my bib number. Can you see it if I go this way? What else is up there? You can see the Pete Buttigieg stuff, but I'll get super creative right now, and I'll actually cut in, pick like close-ups. So I've got the Pete Buttigieg stuff. So that's the only like campaign I've been a part of. Um, I'm not heavy into politics. Like I won't talk about politics. You ask me about politics, well, I'll talk to you about it. I have opinions. Um, I'm not out there to push my opinion onto people, but I'm not hiding them either. Jaden and I had a long conversation at concession stand Friday night about politics. But anyway, I really got behind Mayor Pete Buttigieg when they ran in 2020, I think. So I got actively involved in that campaign. It's the only one I've been involved in. So that's just some memorabilia from my time doing that. And then there's a picture, obviously, of me. My wife and I met him twice. So there's a picture of that. I've got some stuff from college back there. My senior recital poster is up there, along with some pictures of the season I spent in the Cyclone marching band, and just some pictures of me and friends from college. I've had that frame with those pictures in it since college, and it just kind of followed me into my home offices. Wherever I've been, I've got the pregame. I took all the pregame music when I was in the marching band and shrunk it down to one page, so it was on one page. Back then, we didn't memorize our music at the Iowa State marching band. I think they have to now, but oh, one more. The picture below that's my first job. Was in Corning High School. Those are that's the old Red Raider marching band. There, it was my very first job. So that's what's on the wall behind me, and my bib number from the 10K back there. So there you go. Look at that, interactive. I'm answering questions. All right, okay, that's done. It's time for announcements, updates, whatever.
Updates.
Okay, here's your announcements slash updates. Summer concessions. I actually got to work a full summer concessions this last Friday. On the 20th. It was it was hot, but you know what? I really appreciate like the people who, like you guys who come help with concessions. You make it not miserable. Like I don't want to admit it to many people. I enjoy doing summer concessions because it gives a chance to spend some time with some of you. Not that that's the most important thing in the world, but I don't make that sound creepy. I just mean it's just nice to see you helping out and relaxed in a relaxed atmosphere, not like in rehearsal or something like that. It's nice to see you guys just I don't know, just having fun with your friends and doing something good, working and volunteering and helping out. And the other thing I really appreciate is that whenever I ask for help in concessions, people sign up. Like I don't have a problem finding workers because you guys, it's this attitude we have in the Monarch Band of helping out. We volunteer, we work together, and I think part of it is I think you guys enjoy being there. Hopefully we try to make it fun also. But I really appreciate that. For instance, if I show you, here's the schedule coming up. So that was the 20th. I don't know if you can see my cursor. That was the 20th, and Samuel Salazar came, and then all three of these, Heidi signed up for both shifts, but then Jaden and Samuel also stuck around for second shift, and then Montserrat and Jaslyn and Camilla were a lot of help. Everybody was a lot of help, and it makes doing summer concessions not so miserable because you guys do a really great job of just coming and doing your job and having a good time. I appreciate it. I appreciate that more than any scale you play or any audition you do. It's this stuff, right? This is what's important, is just being good people. So our next concessions for the band is Tuesday, tomorrow, if you're watching this on a Monday. Mrs. Rice is going to be in charge, but I've got Jaden and looks like Lubia and Kaylee will be here the whole time, as well as Aiden. And then is that Kayla? I think I've been saying it. If I'm saying it Kyla, but it's Kayla. I think Mr. Meyer tried to correct me. So, Kayla, if it's Kyla, you got to tell me. I'm not going to be there, but you got to make sure I'm saying your name right. And then the next one after that for band is Thursday. We got 2 this week, and I'll be in charge of that one. You've got Malene and Camilla and Cooper and Alejandra and Jocelyn and Haiti. So, again, I appreciate, I can't say enough that you guys are willing to help out. It really helps. And it's a great attitude and volunteerism that I appreciate. So that's concessions coming up. Hopefully you've been communicated to by your section leaders, and you're getting signed up for text reminds. Make sure you text either at 910 M band or at 1112 M band to 81010 to get signed up for the Remind text. Like I said earlier, your summer letters are coming in the mail. I'm looking at my screen off the side here so I can find my cursor. I've lost it. There it is. So in that summer schedule, you're going to get, in that summer letter, you're going to get your schedule for the summer, which I'll pop up on here right now. Here's what we're looking at. So week 1 is coming up, July 7th. You got a couple weeks left, but there's not a lot going on for high school this week. It's mostly beginners. That's why it's pretty empty. But you do see you have all the jazz fundamentals from 3 to 4 on July 7th. That's for anybody in jazz band. And then on the 9th, we've got Reyes from 2 to 3. Then jazz fundamentals from 3 to 4. And then Friday the 11th will be all-state lessons. If you're trying out for all-state, you need to be emailing me. I told you a couple weeks ago, wait. Okay, the wait's over. Start emailing me and say, hey, on the 11th, I can go at 10. On this 18th, I can go at 10:30. I'll be gone the 25th. Like, give me your layout so I can start scheduling those lessons in for all-state. Reyes, Leones, and the jazz fundamentals and whatnot, and drumline. I've gotten the question. I understand why you're asking it, so don't take this the wrong way. But I get the question. I hate the question. Is do we have to be there? It's the wrong attitude, people. If you can be, if it's a jazz fundamentals, for instance, or Reyes or Leones, and you're not like gone off on vacation and you can be there, you should be there. And if you have to ask, do we have to be there? You maybe shouldn't be doing that activity, because the attitude that most students have, if you're in jazz band or mariachi especially, is we want to be good. So to be good, we have to have these rehearsals. I get it if you can't be there at all of them. In the school year, you need to be at all of them. In the summer, this is bonus, and the more we do, the better we're going to be in the school year. And in the summer, it's more relaxed, and it's just a more informal thing. And I get if you're on a family vacation. Some of you go out of country for a couple months in summer. That's awesome. I wish I was. That's fine. I get that. If you're sitting at home, though, and not coming to the jazz fundamentals or the Reyes or Leones, you maybe should think twice about being in these groups, because this is the easy part of being in those groups. The hard part's when school starts and it's regular rehearsals. And then all leads up, obviously, to being good at what we do. So, again, if you ask the question, do we have to be there? Maybe you shouldn't be in those groups, because most of the students, and this vast majority of them, they're there because they want to be there. They want to be good. Most of you don't ask that question, but every now and then you do. And I'm not judging you. I get it. I get it. But you should want to be there, I would guess. All right. So that stuff in the mail, you should be getting that real soon. Had a great conversation with Samuel this week when we were stuffing folding summer letters. So here's our thought number 1.
Thought number 1.
All right, thought number 1 is leadership. We're here in the band room doing this live, no Zoom here. I got Jane and Layla are folding letters back there. So yeah. You're watching the sausage get made right now. You'll be getting those letters, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. All right, Samuel's here. Samuel.
Hey, guys.
It's weird having you like in person and not in a Zoom meet.
Yeah.
What's your summer been up to?
My summer, just working.
Where do you work?
Walmart.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah, I see you like every day. No. I work OPD, that's online delivery, shopping.
Have I ever told you I really hate those people?
Why?
I do not hate those people. It's like the one thing that annoys me when I go to Walmart. Whole Foods is worse, because the people with the carts take up the whole aisle. Well, and they just sitting in the aisle going, meanwhile, like real customers are trying to get around them. Don't block the aisle.
No, I'm not a picker.
You're one of the good ones. Oh, you can't be. Okay.
I mean, okay.
What's the one leadership thing you wanted to talk about?
The one leadership trait is understanding.
How so?
You have to understand what your section is going through at that time. So like, people don't like the effort that they have. Then it's like, hold up.
I'm holding.
Something can be happening in their life at that moment, and you can't be like, go do this. You gotta be better. You have to like understand, talk to them, and be like, hey, what's wrong? What's happening? And if they're saying like, oh, something happened with my family today, and I'm feeling down, you can't what is it? Positive energy? No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And you just gotta understand what's happening out in the real world and what's happening to your section and your like specific people.
And that's it's very deep. Good job, Samuel.
Yeah.
Like if someone is doing something I think is out of character for them, like if someone who's not usually an issue is really being combative or something, the first question I ask is not what's your problem. First question I ask is what's going on.
Yeah.
Like what's going on in your life, because
Yeah.
obviously something's going on, because it usually is something's going on.
Yeah.
And that's the case. That's way more important than that they didn't mark a sharp and measure 6 or whatever.
Yeah, like it changes their whole mood of the day or
Yep.
the whole season actually
Good
sometimes.
job. Good job.
Yeah, see.
Okay, what does that? He's checking for confirmation. What does that? It's right over there on the wall. What does "never let them take away your pride" mean to you?
What it means to me, it's like, okay, so here, I'm gonna put this in perspective. There's teenagers nowadays that, they think of bands like, oh, I'm too cool for that, and, it's not that important. But, like, if you're in band and you know what it feels like to, like, work and, like, learn and do all this for the band, it's like, it's you're a part of something, basically. Like, last year, or, this year, like the mariachi and the jazz band, they all did great things, and you could say, I'm in that band too. Yeah,
It's very mature of you. I mean, I had a conversation with Charlie in the concession stand, and that really surprised me. He talked about how proud he was of the jazz band. I said, Charlie, you're not in jazz band. He's like, yeah, I know, but it's part of what I'm like. That's a very mature thing to do. So that's really nice to hear.
Yeah.
Very good. Look at you. You might win. You might have the best answers of everybody.
Sorry.
No, I've had all very good answers. Okay, 10 questions. You're going to have to click your own. I don't want to
Click
reach
them?
across. So ready?
Okay.
Here's question number 1. Click it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
you clicked it too hard.
I'm sorry.
Okay. What's the meanest thing you've ever said to somebody?
Leave, please.
Okay. Click it again.
Okay.
2. If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you accept?
No, his robe
That's a
seems
trick.
dirty.
Right, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. It's dirty. 3. Salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Okay. 4. Given the power, what holiday would you create?
A Salazar day. I don't know.
Specific to your Salazar?
Yes.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah.
5. What story do you tell most often?
A story how I fell off the roof. I don't know. I just said that.
You just told us that.
Yeah.
Okay. 6. What do people say you are good at? Layla got this question.
Listening.
Listening. Okay.
Yeah.
7. What is your go-to lazy dinner?
Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket. 8. Name something that should... Wait, what's your favorite Hot Pocket flavor?
Okay. Garlic. Okay, no, wait. It's like the garlic bread.
Okay.
Pepperoni pizza.
That sounds good. All right, name something that should never have pumpkin spice added to it. It's a good one.
Everything.
Yeah, you're not a pumpkin spice fan?
No.
All right, get next. If you could be any flavor of ice cream, what ice cream flavor would you be and why? Please say some pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice.
No.
I'm just kidding. Reese's peanut butter cup.
Why?
It's like really good.
Can't go wrong. Okay, next. Last one, number 10. What advice did you get that was the most rewarding?
Like, did I get?
Yeah.
Advice. Oh, how to study. Really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Sometimes.
Okay, good. All right. Hey, thanks, Samuel. Now we're up for, say hi, say bye to Layla and Jaden. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Here's thought number 2.
Thought number 2.
Okay, thought number 2. So, I think I mentioned one of the first ones. Sound is kind of weird, right? I think I talked about I was talking about senses. Sound is weird if you think about it. It's just like air pressure and particles moving, and then it hits your eardrum, and your brain interprets it, right? Think about like this. There's a thing in here that is taking that air pressure move, right? And it's converting that to an electric signal and moving along these wires into a box that saves it as a different electric signal so I can put it on the internet, and then it can turn that electric signal to your computer or device or phone, which then travels back through wires either to a speaker or to earbuds. Well, it's not even wires if it's earbuds, unless you're like me. through like wirelessly. If you're on Bluetooth, it has to turn that signal into like wireless energy, picks up in your earbuds, reconverts it back to sound, goes to your ear, your brain interprets it as like, and that all happens like that in just instantly. If you really start thinking about that, it is incredibly mind blowing. I'm not even going to get into video because that's a whole different issue. But when you really think about things like technology like that, it's a little overwhelming. But there you go. Think about it. Every time you hear something, that's what's going on. Like, it's crazy. Hey, I'm having a great summer, guys. It's a lot going on in the world. It sucks. But I'm making the best out of it. I hope you are too. I really enjoy seeing you guys at concession stands and acting dumb. Looking forward to summer band starting and getting this. This is going to be a great year, guys. I feel it. All right. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Tune in, now it feels so right. Groove it out, thoughts collide. Stay with us, enjoy the ride. Announcements and two thoughts to share. This is your jam, it's beyond compare.
Peace.